Hello, good morning students, and welcome back to another video for the exercise. Let's continue with it without wasting any time. The question today is, a stone of size 1 kg is thrown with a velocity of 20 meters per second across a frozen surface of the lake. So the lake is frozen and it is hard surface, and the stone is thrown with a velocity of 20 meters per second. And it comes to a rest. That means that 20 meters per second is gradually decreasing and it stops after traveling 50 meters. So with that velocity it was traveling, but after 50 meters it became 0 and the stone stopped moving. What is the force of friction between the ice and stone? So obviously the stone is not stopping by itself. We know that the force of friction is actually opposing it. So we need to find what is that force that is stopping it. And we know that the formula for force is F is equal to m into A. We have the mass, that is 1 kg, but we don't have acceleration. So you need to find acceleration, and like I said in the previous video, you will require once again to use the equations that we studied in the previous chapter, that is motion chapter. Okay. So let's remember what were the formulas once again. So the first equation was V is equal to U plus AT. For this equation, you have the final velocity, that is 0. Initial was 20 meters per second. Acceleration you need to find, but you don't have time. So you cannot use this formula. Second, S is equal to UT plus half AT square. Once again, you have the distance, that is 50 meters. You have initial velocity, but you don't have the time to find the acceleration. So that leaves us with the third formula, that is V square minus U square equals to AS. So we'll get rid of these two formulas. Now as you can see, in this formula we have final velocity minus initial velocity, that is 20 meters per second, is equal to 2 into A, that is acceleration we need to find, and S, that is displacement, which is given as 50 meters. Now you simply need to substitute the values. Okay, substituting the values in this equation, you get final velocity is 0 because it is coming to rest, therefore 0 meters per second, minus initial velocity, that is 20 square equals 2 into A into 50. Okay, now 0 square is 0, okay, and 20 square is 400. So 0 minus 20 square, that is 400, equals 2A into 50. Now 0 minus any number, you will get the negative answer. So 0 minus 400 is minus 400 equals 2 into 50 is 100 A, or 100 into A. Now you need to find acceleration. So simply cross multiplication, 100 goes in the denominator, therefore minus 400 upon 100 equals A. Zeros get cancelled. What you get is A is equal to minus 4 meters per second square. So you are getting the acceleration as minus 4 meters per second square. Now why the negative sign? Because the velocity is decreasing. This is negative acceleration, or you can say retardation or deceleration. Okay, so this is minus 4 meters per second square, that is your acceleration, and this is happening because of the friction force which is acting in the opposite direction. So negative acceleration is actually the acceleration happening in the opposite direction, because of which the velocity is decreasing. And why it is decreasing? Because the force of friction is acting on it. So basically this negative acceleration is happening because of the force of friction. So all you need to do is now simply apply this acceleration in the formula of force. So ultimately force F is equal to m into A. Mass is 1 kg, it is already in kg, so no need to convert anything, into acceleration, that is minus 4. So what you get, F is equal to minus 4 newtons. Quite simple actually. Okay. Once again, let me remind you, you will need to learn these equations of motion that we studied in the previous chapter. Those are very, very important. If you don't know these formulas, then finding a solution for this chapter will be difficult, because it is totally based, and that is the reason I did not finish the exercise of the motion chapter in the previous videos. because when I finished the motion chapter, I could have done the exercise as well. But because these numericals are connected with the previous chapter, I did the exercise for both the chapters combined. I hope it is clear to you, students. Now we will move on to the next numerical. Okay? Okay, students. So another question for you, and this one's a little complicated because in some of the textbooks, the answer to this question on the back side is different, and the same question has different answer for other textbooks as well. So the new versions have different answers and the older versions have different answers. And even when you visit some websites or other reference books, you will find that the solution for this particular question is different. So we will today check that two of the solutions that are possible for this particular question. So pay attention, okay? 8,000 kilogram engine pulls a train of 5 wagons. So there is an engine and 5 wagons, each of 2000 kg. So the wagon each is 2000 kilograms. If the engine exerts a force of 40,000 newtons, so the force applied by the engine, generated by the engine, is 40,000 newtons. And the track offers a friction of 5,000. So obviously frictional force in the opposite direction. Okay, so that is 5,000 newtons. So we have been given the force and the mass of the engine as well as the mass of the wagons. One wagon. Okay, so each wagon is of 2,000 kilograms. So 5 wagons, you can understand. So what you need to calculate? You need to calculate the net accelerating force. So you need to find the net force. Now that is quite simple. Okay, so we have the total force exerted by the engine is 40,000 newtons. Okay, and the frictional force is 5,000 newtons. So all you need to do is subtract the frictional force from the exerted force, and you will get the net force as 35,000 newtons. Okay, this is quite simple. Net force is force applied minus the force of friction. This is simple. So the first part is easy. Now the second part, finding the acceleration of the train. You need to find the acceleration. So what is the force? This is the net force. So you have to use this, not the 40,000 given by the engine. You need to find the acceleration using the net force. So we have the net force, we know the mass of the wagons. Okay, so the second part of the question, F is equal to M into A. The force is given as 35,000 newtons. Mass, each wagon is 2,000, and how many wagons are there? 5 wagons. So 5 multiplied by 2,000 into acceleration. This will give you 5 into 2, that is 10,000 newtons. 10,000 kilograms. 10,000 kilograms into acceleration. Simple cross multiplication at this point. So what you get is, therefore, 35,000 upon 10,000 equals acceleration. Cancelling 3 zeros, and now what we have is 35 upon 10. So the final answer, you can say that acceleration A is 3.5 meters per second square. Okay, so you have the acceleration. This is the second part of the question. Moving on to the third part. Force applied by wagon 1 on wagon 2. So what is the force applied by wagon 1 on wagon 2? So we have the total force of 35,000 newtons. Okay, and wagon 1 is obviously having certain mass, and the rest of the part is having certain mass. So you need to subtract that much force from the total force, so you can know that what is the net force remaining on this second wagon. Because on the first wagon there is 35,000 newtons force, on the second wagon it will be little bit less. So you need to find out what is the net force on the second wagon, because after second there is third, fourth and fifth remaining wagons. So you need to find the remaining force on the second wagon. So we can write that force F, that is 35,000 newtons. Okay, but we need to find the force applied by wagon 1 first. So force is equal to mass into acceleration. Mass of one wagon is 2000. Okay, and what is the acceleration? Because the train is all moving with the same acceleration, the acceleration is going to remain the same, that is 3.5. So the acceleration of the wagon 1 and 2, they both have the same thing, so we will apply acceleration as 3.5. So what is remaining over here is 2 into 35 is 70 and 3 zeros, 1, 2 and 3. And one decimal point. So you place the decimal point moving from the right side. So your answer is 7,000 newtons. Now this is the force of one wagon. You subtract that from the total force. So the remaining force on wagon 2, that is force on wagon 2 is equal to net force minus force of wagon 1. Force of wagon 1, that is 35,000 minus 7,000. That will give you 28,000 newtons. So what happens is, now when you see the diagram of a simple train, okay, let's imagine that this is wagon 1, wagon 2, 3, 4 and 5. So the total force on the whole train is 35,000 newtons. Out of this, 7,000 is on the first wagon, so the remaining ones are getting 28,000, and that is why the force on the second wagon is 28,000 newtons. I hope it is clear to you, students. Now this is the first solution. Okay, now we will see what are the different options, because you see, when we are talking about a train, we are not just talking about the wagons, there is the engine also. So you need to include the mass of engine as well. So now everything will be different, because as you can see in this part, we only included the mass of the wagons, we did not include the mass of the train, the engine also. Okay, so we need to solve the whole thing again, and let's see what we have the answer. Now the net force, that is not going to change. 35,000 newtons is going to remain the same. But the acceleration will be different, because now we are also including the mass of the engine as well. So the mass of the wagons is 2,000 into 5 plus the mass of engine, that is 8,000. So this is your total mass of the whole train. Okay, into acceleration. This is now what you need to find. So 2,000 into 5 will give you 10,000, like we just solved it, and 10,000 plus 8,000 will give you total mass of 18,000. So what you have now is 35,000 newtons is equal to 18,000 kilograms, that is the mass of the whole train, okay, plus, 18,000 into acceleration. Simple, you remove 3 zeros and cross multiplication. So what you get is, therefore, 35 upon 18 is equal to acceleration. Solving this, what you get is, final answer, acceleration A is equal to 1.94 meters per second square. When you solve this simple division, because this is already a lengthy numerical, you can solve this by yourself. And this 0.944, it is a recurring number, but as I said before, you can take the approximate values up to 2 decimal places. It's fine. So 1.94, I am going to stop there. If you want to solve it more accurately, you can take even more decimal places. So the acceleration is now 1.94. The next part over here, force of wagon 1 on wagon 2. Now this is the complicated one. Once again, let's see what happens. This is the engine, wagon 1, 3, 4 and 5. Last time what we did was, we found that the total force was 35,000 Newton only for this part. Now we are including the engine as well. That is why the acceleration is less compared to that of before. And now when we talk about wagon 1 and wagon 2, so wagon 1 is not alone. we have engine as well. So you need to include the mass of engine as well as the wagon 1 when finding the rest of the numerical or finding the answer for the force. Because when we included engine in this part, we cannot exclude engine on this part. You have to include the mass of this as well. So finding the force, F is equal to mass into acceleration. The mass of the engine is 8,000 and mass of one wagon is 2,000 into acceleration that we just found, that is 1.94. Solving this, you get 8,000 plus 2,000 is 10,000. 10,000 into 1.94, and when you multiply it, you get 19,400 newtons. So the force of engine and the wagon alone is 19,400, and like we did before, when we subtracted just the 7,000, that is the mass of the force of the wagon from the total force. Similarly, now the total force is 35,000 newtons, same as before, but we have included the force of engine as well, mass of engine as well. So mass and wagon included, we have 19,400. Subtracting this, that is net force on wagon 2. Wagon 2, that is net force minus force on wagon, force by wagon 1. Okay? So net force is 35,000 newtons minus 19,400 newtons. Okay? That is the force on wagon 1 including the engine. Solving this, what you get final answer as 15,600 newtons. Okay students, so what happens over here is, this part is having 19,400 newtons and the rest of the train is getting 15,600 newtons. And that is, this force is acting on this one. If we include this, then the remaining force will also be less. When we include this wagon, then again, so it goes on decreasing. Understood? These are the two solutions for this particular numericals. If you have any doubt, you can mention it in the comment section and I'll be happy to reply. Have a nice day.